Picture this. You step out of a steamy shower, feeling refreshed, but what you don't realize is that your electric water heater is still back there, burning money and electricity for hours just to keep water hot that nobody is going to use. So what's really the smarter move? Turning it off after every use or leaving it on all day? The answer is more technical and interesting than you might think, and it can make a huge difference in your electricity bill and the lifespan of your unit. First, let's clear up a myth. Your water heater isn't actually heating 24/7. It works in cycles, thanks to a thermostat. When the water temperature drops, the heating element kicks in. Once it reaches the set temperature, it shuts off. The real issue is something called standby heat loss. Your tank is constantly losing a little bit of heat through its walls. Each time this happens, the heater has to turn back on to compensate, using energy even when you're not using any hot water. So over a full day, a big chunk of what you're paying for isn't your shower, but simply keeping a tank of water warm while it waits. So is it better to just turn it off every time you're done? From an electrical and mechanical standpoint, not really. Constantly switching it on and off manually can wear out the thermostat, the contacts, and even the heating element itself. Plus, if you let the water get completely cold and then have to heat it all the way back up from scratch, that initial energy surge is much larger than the small, frequent cycles the thermostat uses to maintain the temperature. It's like trying to push a car from a dead stop versus giving it small nudges to keep it rolling. Studies have shown that even without any water being used, a water heater can consume several kilowatt hours a week just making up for that standby heat loss. This means if you go long periods without needing hot water, you're literally paying for heat that's just escaping into the air. This brings us to the key. It's not about randomly flipping a switch on or off. It's about using your water heater intelligently based on your actual schedule. Most efficiency experts recommend a three-part strategy. First, set your thermostat to a reasonable temperature around 55 to 60 degrees Celsius. Every degree higher can increase your energy consumption by several percentage points without adding much real comfort. Second, use a timer. A simple mechanical or a smart digital timer can be a gift. Set it to turn the heater on a couple of hours before your morning shower and maybe again in the evening, and keep it off the rest of the time. Third, if you're going away for a few days or on vacation, definitely turn it off completely. There's absolutely no point in paying to heat water in an empty house. Now, on the other hand, if your family is home all day and uses hot water sporadically for showers, dishes, and laundry, many manufacturers say it's more practical to leave it on, but well regulated. This way, you take advantage of the tank's insulation and let the automatic cycles do their job efficiently. Plus, some modern heaters run periodic high-temperature cycles to kill off bacteria like leak, and constantly turning the unit off could interfere with this important health and safety feature. And what about electrical safety? A properly installed water heater with the right circuit breaker, grounding, and safety disconnects is designed to run continuously without any risk. The danger doesn't come from leaving it on. It comes from faulty wiring, bad connections, or missing safety devices. That's why a good electrician will always inspect the entire installation first. So, here's a surprising answer. The best strategy isn't leaving it on all day, nor is it frantically turning it off after every use. The most efficient approach is a smart combination: a correct temperature setting, a well-insulated tank, and a schedule programmed to your life. As a general rule, if you're going more than 15 hours without using hot water, programming it to turn off and then back on a few hours before you need it will save you energy. Think of your water heater like a little heat bank. Charging it up and then letting it sit unused is a bad investment. But strategically charging it right before you need to withdraw that heat is how you play the game to win. The message is clear. It's not about taking cold showers or being afraid of your appliances. It's about understanding how they work and making them work for you through smart installation, regulation, and programming. Mastering these small details is what turns a simple homeowner into a true master of home energy. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more tips